Welcome to another episode of To the Magic and Beyond. My name is Jordan, here with my co-host Michelle.
Hey, hey.
And we've got producer Courtney and producer Logan in the room as well today. Kind of moving forward, they're just going to be chit-chatting with us whenever, so.
Just want you to know they're here. They're always watching.
Always watching. Any Monsters, Inc. fans out there? If you're too young for Monsters, Inc., go watch it. It'll be a good movie.
Yeah, we'll review it sometime.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
There's a new Monsters, Inc. land coming, so you better watch up on it.
And you're going to hear us talk about it a lot.
Yes.
Yep.
But we are here today. We've got neither Michelle nor I can seem to stay away from Disney, no matter how many times we're like, oh, probably not going this year, or oh, probably just one trip.
Just once. Just might have to sprinkle it in a little bit. Here we go. Yeah.
And we both actually have trips coming up here in just a few weeks. So
yeah, super exciting. You guys have one coming up before ours, like in beginning of May, mid-May.
Yep. Super last minute trip.
Those are the best kind. I think they come together, especially like there's something to be said for yearning and planning.
Yes.
If you're a planner, and those are great.
Mm-hmm.
The one I'm going on, it's been like a year.
Yeah.
In the works.
Yeah, you guys have been planning years for a while.
Yeah, this one's a big one, but I also love them when they're like, I wasn't planning on going, and now I'm going. Because now I'm like, woo!
Yeah, it's like you bonus.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, we definitely were not. We had Universal earlier in the year, and then we're all going to Disneyland the back half of the year. So my husband and I were probably like, well, as much as we would love to go to Disney World, we probably should not, just be responsible. But I'm always looking for opportunities.
There you go.
And for ours, May is Travel Advisor or Travel Agent Appreciation Month.
Nice.
And so we had an opportunity to go down where our trips are going to be very opposite kind of experiences, which is why we kind of wanted to do pre-trips for both of them in the same episode of like, there's so many ways you can do Disney.
Yep.
We will be there technically 3 days, but probably a little more than 48 hours worth of like
stuff
time to do stuff.
Yeah.
So we had an opportunity to go down, and my husband has actually never been to Animal Kingdom.
I know, and I still can't believe that
just,
producer Logan's never been to Animal Kingdom.
I've only been to Disney twice, period.
Yeah.
We're working on it. We're working on it,
He's
buddy.
the Disney adult that didn't go till he was an adult, and then he married a Disney fan. So
yeah,
his number of Disney trips is going up rapidly. But yeah, just the last couple of times we've gone, it just only worked out where we could do 3 parks.
Yeah.
And I love Animal Kingdom, but because there's typically not as much of a full day to do there,
right,
we just opted out of it both times. There were some other attractions we wanted to see, the new Star Wars stuff, Guardians of the Galaxy, like things that I hadn't done yet. So poor Animal Kingdom got the boot on our last couple of trips.
Well, and it's a half, a lot of people still consider it the half-day park.
Right.
Disney knows it's the half-day park, which is why they're expanding.
Getting all of the things now.
They're going to get all the things and change it. So he's going to get to see what he's been missing.
We're going to make it a full day park, though. I mean, we're only there 48 hours. So we're going to make sure we're there
see
all
the things.
Yeah. And it's and it's nice when you have time to spend there to do, because a lot of times people go because it's a theme park. They're only looking at the theme park stuff.
Yeah.
But it's literally a zoo.
Yes.
It's the coolest thing ever when you take the time. The gorilla exhibit is like no other. They actually have 2 gorilla exhibits. They have the one where you're going to see like the whole family, right?
Yes.
The whole troop, I think is what they call them. And so you're going to see all of that. And then they actually have, it's kind of crazy, but it's the animal world. They have this whole exhibit of, it's the bachelors.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of single gorillas that they don't got their girl yet. Some of them are never going to have a girl at this point. But they're over here just living life.
Yeah.
Eating a banana, having a good life on the hill. And there's usually some great cast members there that are like
very
zoologist people.
Yeah.
And they know what's going on. Hence,
They've got
that's how I know about the single. That's how I know about the single tribe. And that's neat. And then, of course, they've got a baby tiger.
I know.
Botsko, I think is his name.
Yeah.
And he's about the size of our doodle at home.
Yes.
We have a mini doodle.
Yeah, he's about that.
He's about that size.
And there's a new baby giraffe that just got added to the safari ride.
Yeah.
So lots of little baby animals to see. We're going to do all the shows. I love the shows there. Everest is one of my favorite roller coasters, so he'll finally get to experience that one. So we're going to, I like it in a sense that because we don't have anything else like planned, we're not having to make it to the other parks. It actually really gives us a chance to take in all of Animal Kingdom, not just the theme park aspects like you said. So we just kind of saw it as an opportunity to go down, not spend a ton of money. I jokingly brought it up as an opportunity just one day when I saw it was happening. I was like, hey, do you want to go to Florida for like 2.5 days and go to Animal Kingdom since you've never seen it? And he looked at me and was like, is this for real? He normally has to reel me in sometimes. Yep. But the more we talked about it, he was like, I was like,
okay, let's start with flights. Oh, that actually might work out. Okay, let's start with hotel. Oh, that actually might work out. Okay, what's the deal here? What's going on?
Yeah.
And then we realized we could do a lot of things we haven't done in a short amount of time,
and it's
to make it a fun little cheap trip.
Yeah, and some of it, like if you don't see it, you would have never got to see it because Dinosaur is going away later this year.
And that's actually one of the biggest reasons I decided to do it, because we tried to find a time to go earlier in the year, and we just couldn't figure out a time to make it work in our schedule
and not that he has to see every ride ever. That's not going to be there again because there's already a lot that he has. Sure. You know, Hollywood Studios is really so different.
I want him to experience. That one's like a really good ride that you don't want to miss out.
So I was like, if we could make it happen, let's try. And we thought we weren't going to, but then this popped up and we were like, okay, let's do it. But you know, his challenge was let's see like how cheap we can do it. So we're going Spirit Airlines. We're giving them a try for the first time.
I've done it. Flew home Spirit on that last crazy trip.
Our biggest challenge for both of us is we're not typically light packers, but we did the cheap ticket where you only get a personal item.
Yeah, but that's an adventure too.
I'm gonna wear everything. That I need
wear all
on
his
the
clothes on.
So like you got to take the backpack, which is the personal item, but it's going to be the biggest personal item that'll go under the seat. We've already measured backpacks.
We did measure backpacks.
We've done that. And
I said, Michelle, what did you take with you? And did it work? Because we were trying to get the biggest backpack that we can take. But
and I like them. I mean, I have now flown Spirit twice, and you cannot hold delays against them because my flight, I just flew Southwest the other day for work, right? And I was coming home from Orange Beach, Pensacola, and my flight kept being delayed. And then it would speed up.
It's just the nature.
It's just what happens since COVID. It's just the life we live now. So Spirit, everybody else caught up to Spirit, I guess. And the seats are just as comfortable. The staff are just as nice. I don't have any issues there. So I think,
we're excited to try out a new option. Southwest has typically been our go-to for the past few years, but with all the changes that are happening with them this upcoming year, we're going to start looking at different airlines when we travel now just to really see, what the best price is. So we're actually excited to try a new airline. And also, like you said, it's kind of just become this challenge now of like, okay,
how much can
we fit in our bag? Because we're going to go ahead and do the water park on our check-in day.
So which one?
We're doing Typhoon Lagoon.
Okay.
So we're going to get there early enough that we can go. We've gone back and forth on if we're going to head straight to the water park since we just have our backpacks or if we still want to go by the hotel first. We haven't quite figured that out. But we're going to do Typhoon Lagoon. We joked about just having our bathing suits under our clothes on the airplane. I said I was
wearing everything I needed.
Well, here's the kicker for that. The lockers are big. I mean, you can and they're not expensive. So you're going to have to get a locker.
That's what we
anyway. Right, so to put your phone, to put whatever. So, I would just go straight.
Might just Uber straight there. So that's kind of what we're thinking right now. We're doing the All-Stars. Keeping it budget friendly, staying at the values. We're going to be at All-Star Music.
Nice.
And then, like I said, we're probably our first day there, do water park, and then we're thinking of doing the Fantasia Gardens
Nice.
putt-putt that
Yes.
evening, and maybe doing dinner at, like, Beaches and Cream.
Nice.
So that's kind of our first day plan. We made the reservation already. Made it for a little later in the evening
Yeah.
because the putt-putt closes earlier than Beaches and Cream does.
Yeah.
So we're not totally sure if we'll stay, how long we'll stay at the water park, like if we're going to make it a whole day or just go for the first part of our day. A lot of it will depend if our flight gets delayed or not. So,
Yep,
you know,
yep.
we'll see how that goes.
Because it's open till like 6 or
Yeah.
7. Yeah.
So that's kind of our first day plan. Second day is going to be all about Animal Kingdom.
Where are we eating?
We are going to do Flame Tree is our
Love it.
lunch plan. And then currently dinner is up in the air because we're going to see how much we get done and if we stay through close. Like, we're late night eaters, so we could easily stay through Animal Kingdom close and then go over to Disney Springs and get dinner.
Yeah.
So
And that's a
we're-
good plan.
Yeah.
I think. I mean,
We're
like, that's
leaving
a
it
personal
open.
thing.
Especially all the snacks you've talked about at every park, but even at Animal Kingdom, if we get a Flame Tree lunch and snacks,
And
we'll be fine
tiger
until
tail,
late
Tiger
right?
tail,
Yeah,
yes.
we're gonna get a tiger tail.
Yeah,
because
gotta have that.
You've talked about it a lot, and it makes me really want it.
Yes, you just need it once.
The
And-
sweet popcorn.
Yep.
The,
I think we'll have enough to eat.
Uh,
Save dinner for Disney.
Let's
Right.
not
Probably.
forget a Dole Whip
yes, Dole Whip.
because you can get it, and you
Yes,
need one that's
I
not
need
exploding.
a redo.
You
Yeah,
need a
the last
redo.
time I went to Magic Kingdom and got the Dole Whip, poor Courtney and I had
no.
'cause you guys got the
like
floats, I think.
erupting
Yeah.
Dole Whips.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened.
The cast member knew what was about to happen.
Yeah, she was like,
too.
"Here, just be careful," and then ran away. And
It
we were like,
defied physics.
"Yeah, it really did." We
And
ended up
I kind of slunk behind the wall over there, like
She just
oh,
was
this is
watching
cute.
us
This is funny.
struggle.
Because mine was fine. Like, I had no trouble with mine, but they needed lots of napkins.
She was
It
enjoying watching the struggle from
Yeah.
afar,
Yep.
enjoying her whole Dole Whip, and I think
Well,
both
I
of us
scraped half of
Yeah, I was
mine
like,
in the
we had
trash
to
can.
literally scrape half of it into the trash can just to get it to stop overflowing.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's
So
even
you can get
possible.
you can get a float there.
So
you can get a redo on the float,
Yeah.
or you can just get the
maybe
ice
just
cream.
get a regular. I don't know.
I think they
You can
still
get it
have
at
the,
Springs as well.
Okay.
a
but
Dole
it's
Whip.
not always like. It
But it's not always the
depends.
regular.
It's
Yeah.
not always. You
apple.
can get you can
Okay.
get some type, but like if we're looking for traditional, you'll need to get that an animal.
Yeah.
Unless you're resort hopping and you could get it someplace over there. But there's also, I think it's called, is it the Simba Sunset? Anyhow, there's also like a themed float too there if you want it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's got a little orange.
I
It's-
like the themed
yep.
ones.
Yeah,
for
it's
there,
pretty
so
good. It's
He
you
might
know,
get.
I
Sometimes,
Lava use at Magic
Yeah.
Kingdom, so it's
Yes.
similar to
Okay.
that, but not the same.
Yeah.
So we've had
Sometimes
it. It's
when we
pretty
do
good.
that, we'll like one of us will get the traditional version and then the other gets the other one, so we can at least try both.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they have. But yeah, I'll do a Dole Whip redo and report
it.
back to say hopefully it goes better this time.
Like it.
But yeah, probably leaving dinner option open just
Yeah.
because, like I said, Animal Kingdom for me is not my favorite dining options. I love Flame Tree Barbecue. We'll absolutely be eating that, but we may leave our dinner open to go
Yeah.
over to Springs.
Well, there's just so
maybe.
many good options. We
Yes.
talked about it. I
Yes.
can't remember the number,
Like
but you
70
told
restaurants
70
or
restaurants.
something.
So you can find every 70 restaurants.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Yeah. So you can find anything there. And so if you already have your barbecue, then you just won't eat barbecue. You can get
Yep.
something else.
Yeah.
That summer house. I keep saying I'm going to try the summer house.
Yeah.
And I haven't
really want
done
to.
it yet.
Not doing it.
Yeah, producer Courtney really wants to go to there, but we just haven't. It's not worked out yet.
Maybe you can do it on your trip.
But we might.
On your bonus day that we'll get
So
to.
then, what are we doing the next day?
So the next day we had an
Flying out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eventually.
Keeping Jordan away from the souvenir stores.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we will be flying out the next day, but we had an option between like a mid-morning, early afternoon flight or a like 9:00 p.m. flight. And we, again, just decided they were the same price. So we said, let's get the maximum amount of time out of being in Orlando. We went for the 9 p.m. flight. So we're probably going to go over to Disney Springs for like an actual day of shopping and maybe trying some snacks there.
Nice.
Again, there's so many places to eat. So even we end up there a lot on our Disney trips for a meal or something
You can
at
always
some
go
point.
get that coffee
So-
that you like.
Yes,
over at Everglades.
the Everglades. I will probably be getting the cookies and cream coffee, so
Yeah.
that will be happening on that day. But yeah, so we just thought, you know what, if it's the same price in the flights, let's just squeeze out a little bit of extra time.
Like it. That'll be so much
and
fun.
see what all we can fly in or fit in. So it's going to be a whirlwind, probably. We're going to be pretty tired when we get home, but it almost like it's just this fun challenge now to see like, okay, how much can we do? And how much can we fit in? And will we survive with carry-on or our personal item only?
And you can do all the souvenir shopping you want to because we literally only have a personal item.
Oh yeah, that's true. I might be limited
So
by
you
that.
might be very
It's
limited.
okay,
in
Jordan. I know someone going in a couple weeks and they're driving.
That's true.
They're driving.
I'll
And
make my list.
There's been all this merch that's dropped, and we've been watching it because
Yes.
you've been watching it,
Yep.
and Courtney and I have been
I'm
watching
canceling
it.
this
and-
episode.
Send us your bag. We'll load it up.
So we'll take care of you.
He
You'll-
told me
you'll
that the budget was for getting it cheap as possible only applied to the travel arrangements.
Right.
He said nothing about souvenirs.
There you
So
go. So cool. Well, that's going to be fun. I'm excited.
yes, I'm very excited. So we will report back on how it all goes.
All
but
right.
excited to get one little Disney World trip in there this year.
There you go. I support it
Yes.
always, unapologetically.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, on a side note, Logan, whenever it comes to us and Disney, he's like, I don't know if I can send you with Michelle and Courtney again unsupervised because the amount of souvenirs I bought on our trip we went on
Well, we're
was
already
like double what I normally buy.
Yeah.
But it all made sense.
Everything we bought made sense.
Yeah, and you guys had the annual passes at that time, so it was a 20% discount.
That's
we
how they
missed
get
that
you.
discount.
And I'm
the
really,
discount, so buy more.
and can I just say, I'm still really sad every time we talk about the annual pass because
You
I
don't
don't have
the
one.
discount.
And I'm really sad about it. I mean, my wallet's probably happy about it, but
Yeah.
I'm really sad about it
Yeah.
personally.
You
so.
still can get some discounts with your Disney Visa, though.
Yes.
So don't
Yep.
forget about that
Yep.
guy.
Yep.
Because sometimes I forget.
It's only
so-
10% though.
Yeah, it's not as much.
Not as good.
but-
Well, I think it's 20. It's 10% on some other.
Some
I think
places,
it's
yeah.
20%.
There are
if you,
some.
If you put, here's the caveat: you have to use your credit card because you can't show it and then pay cash or use a gift card.
Yeah,
you
it
have to
has to
actually
be the
use the
credit card.
Chase, and
Yeah.
then you can do that. So
But if you've got a Disney Visa, don't forget Disney Springs and the parks.
Yep.
You guys can get a discount at certain places. So
That's
don't forget
it.
that. But anyways, I just thought that was funny. We were talking about that the other day.
yeah.
He's like, I don't know that I can send you unsupervised there.
Well, that's why he's coming to land.
Exactly.
That's why we're all going to land.
Yes.
He's like, no, I'm coming too. But really, it's because
Right.
he knows we have a good
Yeah.
time.
That's
He wants
true.
to have as much
he,
fun.
He felt like he missed out last
Yeah.
time. So
Here's an example. We're already looking for a hat with ears, or at least a hat that you can wear to Animal Kingdom while we're there.
yes.
And I reminded you that you bought a hat last time you were with them.
Yeah, but
But you said, I don't even have a Disney hat. You just bought one when you were with them and you forgot about it already and
But
you're
did
looking to buy another one.
But are you
I
wanting
didn't
ears
forget.
on the hat?
Yes.
Well, I might. That's kind of the route I'm looking for this time because again, packing it minimally.
Yep.
If I'm not taking one way to save space is not bring a bunch of hair stuff.
Yeah.
So I was gonna
You
wear
could
a
just
hat,
wear a ball cap.
wear a ball cap, but I was like, it'd be really fun to have like a Disney ball cap. And then I saw that they had Disney ball caps with ears on them, and I was like, wow, these are really
Ooh.
cute.
Hey, I got an idea.
Wear the Disney hat you already have and put ears on it.
So, you can get these magnetic ears. So it's really neat. You can
yeah.
bore them, and like you can take them on and off all your
Yeah.
hats, so you can ear up any hat you want.
I have looked at that as an option. It's not. I'm debating between that and the one without because those were a little more expensive than I thought they were.
Were
gonna
they?
be.
Oh, they're.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I haven't even looked at the price.
Yeah, so they were like $16 or $17, which isn't bad
Because you can reuse them on
because
any
you
hat.
can reuse them. So I'm going back and forth. That's currently I have to make my decision soon because of shipping.
Yes.
But I talked him into letting me get the
Hat.
Disney hat with the ears because I was like, I said, I bought a Disney hat when I was with Michelle and Courtney.
princess
But it's
themed,
princess
though.
themed, and we're going to Animal
We're
Kingdom.
going to Animal
I
Kingdom.
need
Yeah.
an Animal Kingdom themed hat.
You do.
So-
I mean, I
I've never been to
that.
Animal Kingdom. I don't know if there's a princess there or not.
Yeah. I mean, Moana's there,
Moana.
but
Pocahontas used
Ding,
to
ding,
be
ding.
there.
and Pocahontas is
But
there
they're
sometimes.
The more outdoorsy princesses.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he agreed once I explained my girl logic. He said,
There you
okay.
go.
He said, if you can explain to me why you need this hat before we go and then still probably buy a souvenir there, we can talk about it.
You have to wear the hat on the plane, not pack it.
We'll see.
There you go. All right.
Anyways.
Well, it's exciting.
I think we should talk about Michelle's trip.
Okay.
He's like, reel it in.
I'll have extra room, Jordan.
Thank you.
I'll bring back your souvenirs.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so we're going similar but not same to the October trip. Should not be a hurricane.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing, right?
Something wrong is
going
on.
with my bestest friend since I was 9.
Aww.
So, Jenny, if you're going to be listening, that's who I'm going on this trip with. Yay. But we're going, my girls are going, and myself, Danny, could not go. He had some health things happen back in May, so he's not getting to go on this one. Had to move some vacation time around.
Yeah.
But her husband's going, her son-in-law, her daughter, and then they have 3 kids. Woo. So we're going to have 2 7-month-old twins.
Oh.
And we're going to have an almost but not quite 3-year-old,
yep.
which is
Still
kind of the purpose
free.
Of why we're selling that. We all have to go because Hattie's free.
Yep.
And then on top of that, we've got Jen's son, Luke. He's going. So she's got an adult son. He's 21. So we're all going to go, and we're staying at Music.
Yep.
Because they needed the suite with a full-size fridge. So I think we've talked about this before because our other friends needed the same. We've got babies. We've got breast milk.
Yep.
So
need that full fridge.
Gotta have full fridge because the others in your room are beverage coolers and the temp can vary. Yep. We'll just leave it like that.
Yeah.
Mine have always been cold.
Yeah.
I've gotten cold beverages out of there, but I've talked to people whose milk's been spoiled for their breakfast, so you can't be having babies drink bad milk.
That wouldn't be good.
So they're all going to stay in this suite because the suites have a bedroom, 2 bathrooms, a kitchenette with that full-size fridge and freezer, and then in the living room, they now have 2 pull-downs that have full-size beds. So they're all going to have that, and then we're in a regular room.
Yep.
Probably, we hope, right down the hall.
Yeah.
So that we can help. And they're going to have strollers and baby stuff. And they're going to have, in there, they're going to put 2 playpens in there, pack and plays.
Yep.
For the twins to sleep in. And then Hattie will probably sleep with somebody because that's what she does. So she'll probably do that. So it should work out. That situation's going to work out. They're flying. So they will fly out on Saturday. They have an early morning flight. We will meet them there. We're going to leave on Friday at about 1 o'clock, maybe 12 o'clock.
And you're doing the drive halfway, drive the rest of the way.
A little more than half, We'll drive to Valdosta, which is about 8 hours.
Okay.
And then we'll get up pretty early the next morning because we'll go ahead and meet them at the resort, but I'm not sure if we'll pass or not.
Yeah.
And then we'll just end up meeting them at the water park, which we have chosen as Typhoon Lagoon.
Nice.
We did Blizzard Beach.
Yep, you guys just got to do Blizzard, so makes sense.
Liked
switching it over to Typhoon.
Yeah, and it was great. We've done Typhoon before.
Okay.
They have probably the biggest wave pool.
Oh, it's my favorite wave pool.
I think it's like a big deal.
So much fun.
Yeah, Courtney loves it. Katie loves it. And then Danny tried to drown there when we went. He's like 6'6", and the water was only up to his knee. And we're just standing there, not really paying attention, and down he went. And I was reaching for him to grab him, and he's not a great swimmer.
Oh, no.
So I was like, oh no. And we have friends who actually was on a bench and it swept them off of a bench.
Geez.
So it's a big deal wave pool.
If you go to Typhoon Lagoon, their big thing there that I think sets them apart from other wave pools is they have essentially a tidal wave, like a full-on surfers could surf it wave that launches. I don't remember the time now. But they usually give you a warning when it's going to happen, and then you have your regular waves that happen after that. But it is a massive tidal wave that comes at you, so just be prepared.
And they also have they're the only Disney water park currently that actually has a water coaster.
Yes, Slush and Gusher.
Yep.
I think
it's the Slush and Gusher. And so I have not done. I'm going to do it this time.
It's
Did not do
super
it the
fun.
last time. Girls and the husband did it. I like them now.
Oh yeah.
I go through that little
Yes.
baby steps. Baby steps. I get a little scared.
Next time when you go to Blizzard Beach, you'll do Summit Plummet.
No,
so
not doing Summit Plummet, girl. No. That is a no.
Y'all go ahead.
That's the biggest wedgie out there, and I'm not doing it at 50. So we're not doing that.
Fair.
So we'll hook up with them either at the resort or at the water park. But we are going to take the transportation because the parking lots are small.
Yes.
And I know folks are like, yeah, but you have to transfer bus. Yeah, like you literally get off of one. For this one, you're going to transfer at Disney Springs, hop on the other bus, drops you off at the water park. We should be there. I'm planning on being there between 10 and 11. It opens at 10.
Yeah.
So we're planning on being there early.
Yeah.
I figure we'll be there 3 or 4 hours. And then we've got reservations at 1900 Park Fair.
Yummy.
So we're all doing that. They're on the dining plan. I was on the dining plan, then overthinking life like I do for these Disney trips because that's my fun is the planning.
Yes.
Got to think, no, we'll save money. Well, will we? Because now I've put it all on paper and I'm like, I don't really know that we're saving money because the dining plan, and we're going to do a podcast on this at some point, but the dining plan is going to be great if you eat expensive.
Right.
A lot.
Yeah.
And we're doing 4 character meals.
Yeah.
One of them being a Hollywood and Vine Fantasmic package.
Yeah.
Which is pricey. And so, anyhow, I may end up going ahead and getting it in the next couple weeks before we go. We'll just see.
Yeah. Disney will always let you add that back on. So
I've got this great travel planner who'll take care of that for me. Although, feel bad for her because I do change things up on her kind of random.
But it is all okay because you usually let me know in plenty of time
for
there to be anything. So
then we're going to do, I think we're doing 5 park days, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And so we're going to start with Epcot on Sunday.
Perfect.
Which is, I'm super excited because it's Flower and Garden.
I love
and
Flower,
I love
and
Flower
Garden.
and Garden. I like Food and Wine. We did that last year, but I do love the
so pretty.
topiaries are like, I'll take a picture.
So weird without the topiary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm used to going at this time of year.
Yeah.
I just love it because, and I'll take pictures, and I've got pictures of a lot of them, but there's some new ones this year that I've not seen. So I'm super excited about that. And we're doing the Princess Storybook Dining Breakfast at, guys, look, I don't speak German.
Yeah.
Okay. I can spit a lot when I say this, but there's a mic in front of me.
Loading.
So Akerhus Royal Banquet Hall.
That was good.
That's pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've been practicing. I still have problems saying charcuterie board. And I have to think about it really, really a lot to say. And then it just sounds dumb because I'm sounding it out. But anyhow, there's actually one of those at the breakfast.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right? So I timed that just right.
Charcuterie board at Akerhus.
Yes, there you go.
Nice.
Good job.
You're
Good
just
job,
showing
buddy.
off.
Yeah, he's going to speak German before we know it. So it's actually a lot of people. Cinderella's Castle is great, and I think everybody that goes to Disney that has little girls, especially, should experience it at least once.
Sometime, yeah.
And we've experienced it a couple times.
Yeah.
Once at breakfast, once at dinner. It's beautiful. I think they do a great job. It's a little pricey outside of the dining plan. This one, I think, is still really pretty inside.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you that storybook, kind of like Snow White's Cottage, sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
Just being honest.
Yeah.
It's German, so
Yeah.
probably they planned it that way.
Yeah.
But anyhow, or is it Nordic? Maybe it's
in
Nordic.
Norway.
It's in
but
Norway.
I feel like
Yeah.
But I
name
feel like the
Yeah,
name.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So don't send us hate mail, okay? It's Nordic or it's German. Either way, it's not
Either
English.
way, it's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
And it looks fairy tale-y.
Yes, very fairy tale-y. All the princesses. It's really good.
So fun.
Sleeping Beauty's there. Snow White's there. Cinderella's there. Belle's there.
I think it's they're on a rotation.
Yeah, and sometimes
not
I
always
think
the
they
same.
swap one
Depends
out. Like
on
maybe you
the
get
day.
Tiana
Yeah.
and you, So anyhow, breakfast, scrambled eggs, the board that I just talked about, and it'll have all kinds of
Waffles.
good stuff, waffles, but they're not Mickey
They're
waffles.
not Mickey
Yeah,
waffles.
just regular.
So like if
waffles.
you're looking for Mickey waffles, they're kind of like a what are the big thick fluffy ones?
the Belgian waffles.
Belgian waffles.
In Norway.
In
or
Norway,
Germany.
which is why I think it's German.
Yeah.
They're
so anyhow.
Norwegian waffles.
Okay, Norwegian.
So it is in Norway.
It's Norway.
Norway.
Thank you for the fact
There
check.
you go.
Yep.
So So that's another sit down. That's Epcot. We're going to do all the things. We are doing Lightning Lane.
Perfect.
Yep. And we'll be paying too, because we're going to pay for Guardians for everybody that wants to ride it. And that kind of thing. So that's our Epcot day.
Yeah, because this will be your first visit with Epcot, where Guardians is now just either standby or the individual Lightning
And it
Lane.
is open during early entry. That's a new thing. Just kind of happened recently.
Yeah.
Now, guys, I don't know that I would rush to it. I'm just going to be honest. I think it's worth for Guardians. If you love it,
it's worth it to pay.
I think it's worth the bite.
Yeah.
Okay? You do you. If you're one of those people, again, no hate mail. If you don't want to pay for anything extra because Disney costs so much already, that's fine. I am the person that Disney caters to because I'm willing to give them all my money. So
they love when Michelle
they
comes
love
to
it.
visit.
They love it. And so I'm going to give Disney all the money. And I'm that person who used to say during FastPass Plus and regular FastPass, I would pay for that.
Yeah.
I think because they do such a good job with it. So that's me. Let's see. Monday, we are going to... I don't remember.
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. Yes, we're going to Animal Kingdom. Good job, producer Courtney. Because I can't tell from the reservation on my phone because we're going to Steakhouse 71.
That's right, yeah.
We're not eating in Animal Kingdom.
So there's no help on
Why,
there.
Logan, aren't we eating in Animal Kingdom?
Two guesses. One, because it's a half-day park. And two, because you just ate there and you didn't enjoy it.
That's right. Tusker House, Disney, do better. Do better. That was terrible. So my plan is that we're going to rope drop. We're going to get there early. They're going to walk on to Flight of Passage. I'm going to get a tiger tail and relax and whatever there. And then we'll do Flame Tree probably.
Yeah.
At least I will. If they want to go try the cheeseburger pods or something else, because they're an adventurous family.
Oh, cool.
They love all kinds of food.
Yeah.
And Animal Kingdom is great for that.
So
there's
the
like
Avatar
a whole
area might be perfect for them.
Avatar, or over there in Africa, that little food court they kind of have there. So that may be good for them. So I'm not sure, but I'll probably do Flame Tree because it's my favorite. And then Steakhouse 71 that night. And they've not.
So good.
Let's see. Mary Grace and Jen have been.
Okay.
My friends that are going, but the husband, son-in-law, not been.
Yay.
So they're
Some new experience for all
Yeah, it's going to be neat for them. And then on Tuesday, we're going to Magic Kingdom.
Perfect.
We're eating at Tony's.
Yay.
I love Tony's, Lady and the Tramp. And then the next day is our off day. When you go with a large group, when you go for an entire week, if you're smart, you will take an off day.
Yes.
I have again overplanned myself, changed that up, and I've actually done 6 days before in the parks.
Boy.
With a party.
Oh, wow.
With a party. Because it was so cheap to add the days. And I thought, who doesn't want to go? Why not?
So exhausting.
It was exhausting. It was a very long week. We may or may not ended up having our own temper tantrum moment, but it was great. But we'll take the
we plan breaks
day.
now.
Yes. So we're gonna have a break day, and we're gonna go over to Cape May.
Okay.
Yeah, which is over there near Beaches and Cream. It's
A
actually in the
character
same
breakfast.
building. Character breakfast, and they're in their bathing suits, and it's so cute. It's so cute. So we're gonna do that, and that's really like pool, maybe springs, pool, eat at the resort that night,
Rest,
go to bed.
Yeah.
Right. And then on Thursday we're doing Hollywood Studios, and we've got the Fantasmic dining package. So
good plan.
VIP seats for Fantasmic, which
don't have to get there
special
super early.
section. You're just going to kind of walk in. There's going to be plenty of seating for that, and there's not a bad seat in that section. And so we'll have that, and that's Hollywood and Vine. Again, it's I think they change it up by the season, so this will be like springtimey.
Okay.
There's usually like a backdrop in the front to take your picture. Really nice buffet. Is it going to blow your socks off? No. But I like it. Like it's solid, and that park is not known for its food. And they just lost a restaurant. Mama Moreau's is closed.
Yep.
So they just lost a sit down. So they do have the Hollywood Brown Derby as an option, but it's really free-fee, and we're not going with that. Last day, closing with Magic Kingdom.
As you always have to.
As you always have to. And we're doing the character at the Crystal Palace, which is Courtney's favorite. She's
Yay!
over here pumping her fist.
She's like,
Courtney, what is
finally.
your favorite?
Oh, what are they called? Is it the
churro-
the churro waffle
French toast.
French toast.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Churro French toast.
Oh, they're so good.
It's like fried French toast, and she thinks
I
it's great.
love it.
That sounds right up my alley.
And it's really good. And then because I had a friend pixie dust me,
Yes.
our friends are gonna leave. They're flying out on Saturday, and that our plan was to drive out Saturday and come home. Except for I have a friend who has DVC.
Yes.
and they had
Disney
some
Vacation
points.
Club.
Yep. And so they get points based upon your contract and how many you buy. So they had 37 points that they're going to lose.
Yeah.
And
they weren't going to be
so
able to use.
Can't use them. They're not going. I think they're planning on a cruise next year, and they don't really get as good a value for their points on the cruise.
Yep.
So she gifted them to me for free.
That's sweet.
Yeah, the husband was like, "You just can't help yourself." I went, "It's free. I'm helping myself. It's literally
I'm not
free."
having to pay more except for food, which I would have had to eat on the way home that day anyway.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to, I'm so excited. Availability was limited because it's a end of a holiday week.
Yeah.
But we are going to stay at Beach Club,
Oh, so fun.
which means that we're going to have to check out and check back in,
Yep.
which means we get a
Another water park day.
Courtney thinks we're going to go back to Typhoon Lagoon, I think,
Yes.
because she
Yeah.
enjoys that one better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
Yeah.
you guys have gotten to do both. At this point, you'll have gotten to do both.
We
of
have our
them.
favorite
So,
now.
Yeah,
So-
you know now which one you prefer.
Yes.
So
And if you're just going to, like, Katie may want to just chill and read, and it's a great place to do that.
Right.
Because our pool will
versus-
be closed.
that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're
Yeah.
not
Well,
staying,
the big pool.
The
will-
big pool,
the
yeah,
big
they have
main pool that they're known
multiple,
for will
yeah.
be closed.
the sand bottom pool. It's close.
Yeah,
It will be very close to reopening. It reopens in June.
they'd
And we're
probably
gonna miss it.
let you use
Yacht
Yacht
Club.
Club's pool,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Since
probably.
it's
yeah. You can
closed.
use Yacht Club, I think, and then they're the quiet pools. But I mean, if you can go to a water park,
Right. Oh
instead.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Obviously.
Prefer to
And
go
then
to
I
water
went
park.
me
ahead
too.
and did a reservation. We think kind of like what you were thinking,
Mm-hmm.
but I went ahead and made a reservation for Trattoria Al Forno. It's good.
Ooh,
Italian.
I've not been there yet,
It's good.
but I've heard. Yeah, I've heard great.
And
things
it's right
about
there.
it.
And I was going to say that when you guys are done that night, because when everything's closed up and you're done, it'll be really nice because the boardwalk's lit up. You can walk
Yes.
around.
Yeah.
There's some good gift shops over there.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Stop.
You can see the gift shops. One of them was under construction this last
Yeah,
night.
they had part of it like closed off.
Closed off. So it was a little smaller.
Yeah.
What part of Disney are you saying don't go to?
All of it.
No, you're telling me don't go to one. I
The
can
boardwalk area,
The
Boardwalk.
boardwalk area.
Thank you.
which
for
we
sharing.
are going to.
You're
for
gonna be there
dinner
eating,
that
so
night
you're already
for
gonna be there.
beaches and cream. So
So
sorry.
that's it. So we'll follow it up. You know, we'll pick our lightning lanes 7 days out. Those, you know, we've already budgeted for those. We know one of us is going to do those. I'm going to do them. They're just going to Venmo me, and then I'll just book everybody's. And that's great when you've got
Yes.
somebody in the group that can
That
do
can
that.
do it.
And
And
then
that way
we'll-
you're all lined up too. You got the
Yep.
same times. I think I meant to look this up before we started, but I think you can have at least 12 to 15 people
Yep.
within one booking.
Yeah.
So if you've got a large group, don't panic. If you're within that grouping size, you can still have one person make everything for all of you, so you're all lined up. If you have more than that, you are going to have 2 different people do it, but just try to do it together, coordinate the times. You're always going to get an hour window.
Yeah.
So just as long as you get within that hour together,
Same with the dining.
gonna be
we're
fine.
we're split
Yes.
up with a lot of our restaurants.
Yeah.
Some of
your
them
group
it's just
is
11. Yeah, because we have to count even though they don't eat,
yes.
they count at
Yeah.
a spot at the table because you got to put them somewhere.
Yeah, you
so,
do have to count kids, even if they're under 3. They're free for a lot of things, but for dining reservations, you still have to count them. So
Yep.
we had to put them in as a group of 11 for all the dining reservations. And there were a few that let us put you guys in for all 11.
And in case you want to know, 1900 Park Fair
yes.
is one of them. And let me just real quick, I'll tell you the others because that's always super helpful because people, you know, some people, they want to all eat together.
Right.
For us, we're going to be able to do 1900 Park Fair for 11. And let's see.
Cape May, maybe.
Yeah.
And Cape May. And that's it.
Yep.
So we're going to do 2 together, and the rest, what they'll tell you is you'll check in and you'll just say, can we get as close as possible?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's not as close is in the eye of the beholder. And at Disney, it's in the same room.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
They will genuinely do their best, but they are limited, especially with like your grouping, because I think a lot of the ways we split it up was per family.
Yes.
So you still had quite a large table.
Yep.
And then a smaller table for you guys. Yeah. So it might just depend on their restaurant and where they have tables for 8 and how close a table for 3 is to that table. Yeah. So they will do their best to try to get it, but just know if you've got those large groups, just be patient with Disney. Like they're going to try to get you guys together, but sometimes just the layout of the restaurant, what other groups are in there ahead of you.
Yeah, and the characters. Also those characters are trying to get around, and they're big, and they take up a lot of room themselves, and then 9,000 people are getting up, and I think it's also some of that. I mean, I think that they're trying, space is limited.
Yes.
But here's the thing. I don't want to wait longer so that I can sit right next to you. Like I'm with you all the time. Yeah. Right? So, like, if I got to eat over here,
it's okay, I'm good for that hour.
You got it. We'll all be okay. Yes. So, that's the trip, and we'll try to do a post-trip after we all get back, and we'll probably do them together. I think they'll be very different, obviously, but very exciting.
Other than your dining, I know you mentioned Magic Kingdom and Hollywood pretty quickly. Your first trip to Magic Kingdom, y'all do anything fancy there? Anything special? No bippity boppity for the little one, or
no
anything else?
Bippity boppity was we talked about it, and when we talked about the price and the package, Mom was like, "Yeah, no, we've got plenty of dresses at home."
So your park days are mainly just lightning lanes, rides, attractions, and food. And
and then the goal being with the 2 Magic Kingdom days, Michelle Reagan can do Magic Kingdom in one day. I can pretty much do everything I want to do and leave nothing on the table that I'm like, I didn't get to do that. Yeah. Unless it was broke, right? If it's broken, there may be a problem there. But when you go with a large group, and that's something that, like, I can't emphasize enough, I joke about the patient pants. Number 1, you're going to need several pairs.
Bring
all your pairs of patient pants. And then we're going to change up things. The dining, probably not. I'm going to say that they might want to take a rest day. I thought when we took our little 3-year-old, almost 3-year-old for the first time a couple Octobers ago, that they would need a rest day. Like I kind of thought the kiddo might need a break. Champ fell asleep in the stroller. Woke up happy. I think only had maybe 1 or 2 moments that she was unhappy for the most part.
I thought we all thought we might have to go back to the resort midday.
To take a break.
I don't think we went back to the resort.
We never went back and took a break. But like this time, we've got 7-month-old babies.
Twins. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So maybe we do, maybe we don't.
Yeah, and the almost 3-year-old is also at a different point in life now too. Well, so when you travel with kids, you've just got to be prepared to pivot, and sometimes they have a great day and sometimes they don't, and that's okay.
That's it. And I already know where all the baby care stations are, because there's one in every park. And I know they sell passies pretty cheap. So if we lose some passies,
that last time,
I'm on it for the passies. And they're the most cheap souvenir at the park.
For $2.50.
You got it. They take cards all day long. So so I think that for the most part, we'll book those lightning lanes. I'll brush up on some of the characters that we want to stand in line for. The great thing about those character meals, if you're having character meals, and the goal for having them is you're not standing in line in the heat.
You get to meet all those characters.
We're gonna meet Mickey a couple of different times. That's gonna be great. And he'll be dressed different. So if you still want to meet him on Main Street,
you can still do it.
At Animal Kingdom, Logan. He's in his little safari outfit.
Can't wait.
It's great. Actually,
I'm really excited about Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, but the great part about Animal Kingdom, meeting them, is that's the only place that I know of right now that you get to meet Mickey and Minnie at the same time. Aren't they together?
I think so.
I think now anything can change at Disney at any time for any reason. But at one time, you could meet Mickey and Minnie together. It's just not with a photographer. It's with the box.
Oh,
so it takes your picture.
Oh, I haven't done the box yet.
Yeah, the box. The box will take your picture.
We might have to look into that.
Yeah, so.
Because I'll have a cute mini hat.
She's going to have the hat she's buying just for the trip. So, so I'm excited.
What your phone's for. I'll take your picture.
So we're excited. We're going to be tired too.
Yes.
But for a whole different reason. And maybe not as tired since we're going to have that Saturday to kind of hang out.
Bonus, just kind of relaxation day before you have to make the drive home.
Since we're not getting to fly. And then we will drive all the way home on Sunday. Yeah. We don't split the drive back because I'm cheap like that. Because Disney's over. They got all my money.
Yeah. We usually just do both ways all in one day because we just,
Yeah. So
we're not going to fly. Might as well.
So that's the
save
trips.
The money.
I think it's exciting. And then after these, the next pre-trip we'll do is for land.
Woohoo!
I know, that's exciting.
As far as we both know.
Yeah, as far as we both know.
I'm kidding. Just Disneyland.
You never know. Especially if free points land in my lap.
I know,
again, Jordan.
that keeps happening.
I mean, if that happens again, we're just gonna have to go.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Why not? Right.
Exactly. So tune in, and when we come back, in a few weeks, we'll have some post trip. It'll be exciting.
Well, you know how it all goes. So thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another episode of To the Magic and Beyond. We'll see you next time.
See you real soon.